I was like really in love with him, and part of me wanted to keep it.
What kind of demonic mind you have?
I was like really in love with him, and part of me wanted to keep it. What were you? What kind of demonic mind you have to have? So 50 Cent has allegedly just leaked explicit photos of Kim Porter being beaten by Diddy, and this isn't even shocking considering the things everyone has said about how Diddy treated her. Diddy has always publicly said how much he loved Kim, but Gene Deal believes the TR is different. Puffy, he came out with a new album, Man Called Love. And he got a song on there called Kim Porter, How You Feel About That. I think that's probably a great thing to do, saying to honor the person that you said you love, to honor the woman who gave you a scar on your wrist for the rest of your life that you can always look at and remember. You know what I'm saying? So if he put that song out there to her, I guess he wanted to honor her. But he going to always remember her. Kim was who Kim was, and then if he ever tried to forget her, all he had to do is look at his wrist. What you mean by that when you say that Kim Porter gave Puffy your scar when they were at home at Kim's house on 110th Street, he wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrist up and hit a artery. And when she did that, he had to rush over to Luke's hospital. I met him over there to the hospital. It was me, him, and Kim in the hospital when he was bleeding like crazy. And that was the beginning of him. And that's the first thing I knew about people getting hooked on, you know what I'm saying? And that was from that accident. Oh, that was from the incident with him and Kim when she wasn't going to take that wing. And she got him off of him the best way she could. Right from your point of view, right? How would you describe Puffy and K Porter relationship when you was around? Oh, it was volatile, and it was like, damage. She do damage. She don't like Kim, could not be with nobody else, and he knew it. And he could do whatever he wanted, you know what I'm saying? And even when he was with Jill, like we'll put Jill in the house. And he'll call and Kim wouldn't answer, and if she was out he would ask the babysitter, do you know where she at? Well, she said she was going to be here because she had Kristen at the time, you know what I mean? So now we going where Kim is at. And if she was with somebody, he made it very uncomfortable for that person to be with, using the bodyguards. What you mean by that? Like if we was there, you not going to be sitting up there, and he pushing up on Kim, you not going to do nothing to him. While we there, you not going to say nothing to him. While we there would just either step out or step away, or Kim would just get in another car and go or whatever, right? But from the outside looking in, right from my point of view, it does look like he, is living with a regret. When he come to it, my man would have shit all that looked good for the media. It turns out that life with Diddy was actually very, very bleak for Kim Porter. Kim Porter, we all know about the time that she cut Diddy with a corkscrew. Do you recall any other time that her and Diddy got into it? Well, I could hear it in the hotel suite. And then sometimes when Kim lived on 70th something street, and I would go upstairs with Diddy, you could hear in the hallway. And I would just shake my head when he come out or whatever, and Kim will be in the house, and it's always about where she was at, or who she was dealing with, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to see you physically put your hands on nobody. I don't give a underscore who you are. I'm not going to see you physically put your hands on her. You understand? That's not going to be me. First of all, I can't. The position I was in, you understand, investigator for child abuse work for Elite Investigations, New York State parole officer. I'm mandated to do something, you understand? I'm mandated to do something. If she says, his bodyguard was right there. But I'm still Moonlight. I'm Moonlight as his body. I'm working at his bodyguard. But I still have that other function as a state officer. I'm mandated to do something crazy, man. So you could hear Diddy putting hands on Kim Porter. What? Well, see, he always do, like I told you. He be doing that. He'll start off, he'll have something on his mind. And he'll like that play fight with him, you understand? And he'll be hurting them when they to the point where they'll be like, yo, stop, you know what I'm saying, but you know they got the room is locked, you don't hear none of that. And then you know Kim would walk out in her white row. And you can see it in our face. So what are you going to do? Right, I always wanted to ask you this, man. Do you know anything about these after parties that Diddy be having? Which after parties? There's a lot of after parties. There's a lot of after parties for a lot of different reasons. There's after parties if we doing it at the hotel after we do a party, or there's after parties after the after party, you understand, right? I guess the one people talk about is the after party. Well, those will be when him and somebody that he needs something from or wants something from, and he'll get those girls and he'll line them up with him. Now there has been a lot of speculation on Kim Porter's death a couple of years back. There was a lot of speculation swirling around the untimely passing of Kim Porter, especially from the father of her eldest child. So let's rewind to November 2018, when Kim, just 47 at the time, tragically passed away at her home. The official report cited lobar pneumonia as the cause, stamped with a natural label by the coroner. Surprisingly, there were no red flags in her medical history except for some recent flu-like symptoms. Before her relationship with Sean Diddy Combs, Kim had a son with record producer A.L.B. Shore, aka Albert Joseph Brown, cementing her place in the music industry's history. Now, A.L.B. Shore has been vocal about his skepticism regarding the cause of Kim's passing. He's even gone as far as suggesting that she might have been running from something in the lead-up to her death, even encouraging her to reach out to the FBI for assistance. Jaguar Wright has corroborated his claims and added that Diddy may well have killed Kim Porter. Kim died from pneumonia. But there's the first coroner report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide. And they found toxins in her body, proved that she had been poisoned. You know that they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, all had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas. And then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common. The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And L.B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puppy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest mother. Because it seems like everybody that worked. But what possible reason could Diddy have for killing his own partner? Well, hear it for yourself. Well, 'cause it's always been a rumor for a while now that she got killed because she was exposing a lot of stuff in her book. Is there any truth to that? Unless they can hide some, unless she did her book on Google Duel, and it's in the clouds, and they could get somebody to get it out of there. She ain't got no book. It's just a conspiracy. Kim, it was alleged that she did have a book and that her book was about to come out. And she was talking about all the perils, everything that she went through in the music business, and with Diddy, all the men that they slept with together. 'Cause they were men that they slept with together. There were swinging times that they slept with together. I don't know, man, how do you put your girl through some underscore like that, or how you look at your girl and knowing that shang another dude, just what kind of demonic mind you'd have to be that far. Gee, where that don't bother you for somebody that you love. But Kim book was going to express all that, and I hope she did her book on Google Docs, or she did a book somewhere that is floating in the cloud of the internet that somebody could go get it one day. But I'm sure that he probably got hold to those tablets, or whatever she had allegedly, and got rid of them. They swimming with the fishes. Wow, man, so she was about to expose all that in her book, them sleeping with men together. She was going to expose everything. I heard it was tell-all. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Just curious, right? Did you know that Diddy and Kim had that type of relationship back then, in real time? Yeah, 'cause I know somebody personally that lives in Atlanta that was swinging with them, and I would never mention his name 'cause he's a good brother and he knows my family. down there, he knows my family down there, and I would never, put his name out there like that. He's been in the music business. He didn't put a lot of groups, listed groups out there, especially listed groups from Atlanta. So I would never put his name out there like that. But, when the key, I got the pass key to everything. But then when they needed more ice or they needed bottles and stuff like that, when I used to go to the door and I knock on the door and they open the door and then my nose, you see certain or sitting at they sitting.